live. Sorry, everybody. I didn't actually tell you we were about to be live because it snuck up on me. Because I've gotten really bad at paying attention to my own intros. My Twitch intro, I just stop it when I feel it. I'm just like, I'm done looking at you, so let's start now. I can't be arsed, as some say.
I do enjoy that phrase.
I do too. Anywho, how is everyone tonight? I have to get to the chat. There we go. So hello friends. I'm going to have everybody introduce themselves and then I'm going to explain to y'all what's going on. I'm assuming you can hear me because nobody has said anything like bitch you silent and there's a few people here. So let's hope you can hear us. Okay, so let's start with Morgan, who is above me on my screen, not on yours.
Hi, I'm Morgan. Today, I believe I'm going to maybe work on a beta read, but definitely work on some social media stuff I'm doing for the convention I'm working on for the end of the month. So right now I'm putting together a Twitter list of all the attendees or the guests and speakers, but they didn't actually give us their Twitters, so I have to look them up.
Oh, fun.
It's exciting.
Enjoyable.
Awesome. CJ.
I am CJ Blair, and I'm going to be working on book 2 of my series.
Whoop whoop. All right. And I am Sarah Schreinerbert, and this is my channel, and I do this a lot, and I also post videos, although apparently I'm really bad at it all of a sudden. I don't know what that's about, but it's probably because I'm trying to edit like 7 things at once. That's probably it. Anyway, so we are going to, thank you for the update that you guys can hear us. I appreciate it. Hello, oh yeah, I should say hello to the chat. The first person in that chat was the King Red Spy X with Game Online. That is my nephew, Jacob. He is swell. If he comes back, he is welcome, as long as he doesn't start harassing people, but he'll say crazy things, because he's ridiculous. Oh, there he is. See? So Macienda is here, and Camille, and Jennifer, and Jeannie, and Aphrodite, and Jacob. Hello, everyone. Thank you for being here. We're going to do a thing this week again that we started last week. They're called merry-go-round stories, and I'm going to kind of try to explain them a little better, because last week I was explaining to nobody. So the basic idea is that you each write 3 lines of text, going off of what you wrote before, and what you see as the first line, the last line of the last person. And then when you're done, we're going to highlight the 3 lines, or 2 of the 3 lines we wrote in the previous last line with white, and move along, and the next person will write off of that last line, and whatever they've previously written. One of the things I think didn't go exactly right last week, and this might have been my fault because I was having a really hard time making myself do it, so I'm going to say it out loud, is to keep writing as though you know that they continued with your story, even though they didn't. So, like, to continue, if you started with 2 characters but you only mentioned 1, you can still have 2 characters, and I think that does increase the ridiculousness. So, yeah, that's going to be the idea. We're going to go ahead and do those like during the sprints, and we'll just kind of pass around a chat on Zoom. We did that last week. So I'm still trying to figure out what, if anything, is the most effective way. Hold on, effective way to do it with like the chat, if like people in the chat want to join. But yeah, that's where we're at with that. I've got no, that's not. I'm trying to like give access to Morgan and CJ.
Appreciated.
Yeah, and I don't remember. Okay. Anyone with the link can edit. Okay, in theory that should have worked. If it doesn't, I'll send a new link. Anyway, so woohoo! All right.
Me too.
Very exciting.
5.
So yeah, the only person who doesn't have anything to go off of is the person who starts. So that's a whole thing. Um, but why don't we start that after the first sprint? Only because Dana's ready to come in, and I'd like her to join. Um,
Yeah.
so then we don't have to have her jump in the middle of one. Um, so let's go ahead and pop up the timer. And sorry, I was having her hold off for a second. So we're going to do 15 minutes as we always do. Is it up on screen? Let me make sure it worked. Yes. Okay, we're going to do 15 minutes as we always do, and we're going to start right now. we go. That was time. With my new, less shocking chiming noise, which surprises me every time. Dana cannot hear us, I don't think. I think she's checking out all the headphones. She's on a headphone quest. She can hear me, kind of.
Dun dun dun.
Ugh. So how did everybody do? I really just watched some of Twin Peaks because, like, today is the anniversary. It's the 4th anniversary of season 3 coming out. Well, the return, whatever you want to call it. So I'm watching the first episode of that because I have a problem.
You do have a problem.
I don't see a problem.
I know. I'm like, we're gonna talk about problems tonight? Okay, where should I begin? I heard your voice coming out of the tiny little speaker in my keyboard, and I was like, what the heck? So I've been wearing the headset thinking it's plugged in, it's charged, and everything's good to go, and like the rest of my life, it's not good to go. So
I feel that this week. Oh my goodness, I feel that this week.
Jacob played Team Fortress 2 while we were sprinting.
awesome.
Good for
Nice.
Jacob. Aphrodite watched videos. Sorry.
Go ahead.
And Macienda stared at walls.
I did some administrative work for my my piano studio, and then I ate some dinner.
Nice. I got from the R's to the V's in my Twitter.
That's
list
pretty
I'm
good
building.
progress.
Yeah.
So, I
I'd
mean,
say
it was
that's a
the
win.
end of the R's, and there weren't a lot of that section of the alphabet, partially because we have a whole science track. So, like, I don't know, 10 to 15% of our people all have names that start with doctor. So the D's were pretty heavy.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
a lot of them do not have Twitter accounts, probably because of worries about the school that they work at and stuff. So,
That makes sense.
yeah. I'm building a Twitter list for the convention I'm helping run at the end of the month.
I have like a sneaking suspicion that people who don't have social media accounts are concerned that they won't filter their mouths when something heated happens.
Oh,
Well, and at least if that's gonna be if that's your problem, then at least have the conviction to, like, either control yourself or stand up for yourself. Like, either one of those is fine. But if you can't do both, then how are you grown?
my uncle called me a coward. No, said it was cowardly for me not to post my political stuff publicly. And I said, I'm not arguing with people I don't know on the internet. I get enough annoyed just arguing at you. I'm sorry my friends chime in when you post because I comment. But
Right.
I'm not making my posts public so people I don't know and don't care about can yell at me online.
Well, and not only that, but is this your private account or is this your author account? And how
Private
does?
account.
No, it's her family account. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I don't post
Okay.
any political stuff on my, I mean,
Right.
other than, unless, some writing stuff can get political, definitely.
Right.
But
Yeah,
Yeah,
I definitely would not post political on my author platform, but every now and again, there are a few topics in the universe that I can't help but be like, are you kidding me?
I think most of us have a couple things where we're just like, no, you're just dumb.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm just like, no, that's why friends only posts exist. So you don't have to argue with people you don't care about online.
Right. And the fact that
Right.
he's not smart enough to not make it public isn't your fault.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah,
No. And here's the other thing. If I'm that passionate about it that I'm willing to post it, I'm not going to argue. This is how I feel. These are my facts.
Right. Right. And, like, I post it to, like, my family and the people who I'm willing to have a conversation about it with, who will also have a conversation.
Yeah.
I don't need
And that
screaming
is an
idiots in my
important
life.
distinction. Yeah.
Yeah.
my
Like,
social media, be it author or family, is for me to share my thoughts and
Right.
opinions. It is my platform and my space. And if you're a jerk, I will not, become a platform for you to espouse, things that I don't believe in.
Right.
So, yeah, I don't roll that way.
Yeah, and like it's up to you what you post.
Yeah.
Some people are just
That's right.
get butt hurt when they can't really defend themselves,
Right.
and they want to sick people on you, so they're butt hurt that they can't sick people on you.
How dare you not allow me
And
to
I'm like-
abuse you?
I'm sorry that my friends dogpiled you with statistics and links backing up their statements, but you could always just make your posts friends only.
Right. Right, like that would solve this whole problem.
Right.
Yeah.
If you want to be in an echo chamber, sure. The only reason I comment on my uncle's stuff is to let people on his feed know that he's not in an echo chamber and not everyone thinks like them.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm changing minds, but for people who are doubting that viewpoint, knowing that there are other people out there is, maybe helpful.
Yeah, sometimes just validating someone lets them at least know they're not alone.
And families, we are not some massless void that's against all that's good in the world.
What?
Mhm.
And
Yeah, but I'm like, I think the term good is subjective, not.
Yeah.
yeah. Oh yeah. I can get a little frothy.
Oh yeah.
Frothy. That's a good
That is
word.
objectively bad. Frothy is objectively bad.
No, it's
Like
lovely.
coffee?
Frothy is the worst word ever.
No.
If
I
you're
thought
Do you
frothy,
not like the M
That
word
was
either?
objectively bad.
Worse
What?
than moist?
What?
The M word,
all
is that what you said?
I said the M word.
Oh,
Moist.
Oh, moist.
Sorry. My mother
Moist.
hates purse.
Really?
She uses the word pocketbook.
Pocketbook.
Oh,
That
I
is
use
lovely.
Pocketbook. Yeah, like when I'm back home, I use pocketbook because that's what all of the women in
Oh,
my
yeah.
family
Yeah,
call.
but my mother actively dislikes the word purse.
It's not that I like it or dislike it, but I never call my bag a purse. I always say get my bag or my pocketbook. And typically, if I'm talking about my pocketbook, I specifically want my wallet, not my
Right.
bag. Yeah.
My
I
mom
say,
says
let me go get
billfold.
my crap bag.
I don't have kids, so this is my wallet, this is my purse, this is my phone.
Yeah, my mom
Also-
says billfold. I don't know where the hell she got that.
Yeah.
That's
My
really
dad
weird.
says that.
That must be some. Oh, your dad's not from Iowa though, is he?
Yeah, he is.
Oh, is he? Okay, that's some Iowa ass shit then.
That's for a wallet kind of thing. A billfold's a wallet.
I thought a billfold
What a
was no, that's a money clip.
It's not to my mom.
Yeah. Yeah. I used to wear a purse or pocketbook, whatever.
Jacob is
But
having a good
I
time.
have really crappy shoulders.
Yeah, see that.
And it was aggravating the one shoulder higher than the other and me throwing my neck out. So
Yeah.
What were you carrying bricks in your purse?
no, I just have really, really crappy shoulders, and anything I can keep off them is better.
Oh wow.
I wear my purse is a backpack.
I throw my neck out about 3 times a year, sometimes sleeping wrong. Once I turned sideways while opening a door at the same time. Not a good scene.
Ooh.
All right, we're getting harassed by that app. Does everybody understand the merry-go-round story thing, or do I need to repeat it? Dana, did you
Yeah,
get to hear
get
any of
it.
that?
I was about to ask.
Okay.
I
So-
did get into the document.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna pop into the document. You'll write something, and then you'll change the text to white. So like you'll type. You're gonna have 3 lines of text. I have no idea why it's double spaced, just because it makes me want to jump in a river probably. And then you'll just go and my window's not big enough.
I can undouble space
Change it to
for
white.
you if you want.
And now it's gone. But you're gonna leave your last line, so the person before you has a line to go off of.
After you. She moves after you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, after. I'm an idiot. Just ignore me.
You're not
No,
an
no, I
idiot.
totally understood. I totally understood what you meant. the last line. Whoever goes next gets to see the last line, so they know where to start.
Right. And then the idea is that your general point is going to be to keep your story going. So you're going to assume that last line applies to whatever story you had started in your head, and so then the fuckery will ensue.
Okay.
So, let me think. What's the easiest way to do this? I'm trying to think what the easiest way to order it is.
Alphabetically.
Oh, that's a lot of work. Do you know me? I guess it's not too bad. Sure, but then you have to start. Are you cool with that?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I just write 3 lines of story.
Yep, you're going to write 3 lines of just like you're starting a story. You're going to cover up the top 2 by turning them white, and then you're going to type in the chat for CJ to go.
And then, so it'll be me, CJ, Dana, Morgan,
Morgan,
and
me.
then you.
Yeah, we're just going to do first names. It's easier.
All right.
So, yeah. So,
I'm after Camille, and I'm before Dana.
yep. So, if you know who's after you, you can just write their name, and that'll be good enough. So, that'll work. And then just
How
post
many
in
times do
the
we go
group chat.
around?
As many times as we want to. Last time we went 2 sprints, but we'll see how fast it fills up. We did like a page last time.
Okay, cool.
So, and we'll do it during the sprint, so you can just kind of like take a moment away from your thing and write 3 lines and pop back into whatever you're doing.
Okay.
Even
I'm gonna get a drink.
Okay, even if what you're
Real
doing is
quick.
watching Twin Peaks.
So where am I in the middle of this?
You are after Dana.
Okay,
And before me.
gotcha. I have 4 people left on my list, so I'm this close to
Ooh,
finding a new task.
that's exciting. I don't know if
Oh,
Dana wanted us to wait for her to come back, or if she thought we were just going to start. I don't know what she's...
I don't know.
Oh, there she is.
Phew.
Now I've got slushy in my mouth.
No. What kind of slushy did you get?
It's a strawberry real fruit slush with, I think, peach in it. I don't remember now. Nope, I can't taste it anymore. Alright, so we're going to do a 15-minute sprint. And then we'll see where we're at that point. So, alright, in 3, 2, 1, go. right, we are back. How did everybody do? I did not get to write on this because I got it like 30 seconds before we were gonna be done. And I know me, I will just space out and miss the whole thing.
I have no idea if I did it right, but hopefully.
I'm sure you did.
Fingers crossed.
I learned last week it's even funnier when you do it wrong.
It's very true.
Yeah.
Good.
And since it's just a writing game, doesn't really matter. It's nice to write something and have like no pressure at all, though.
Right?
What? I want to like uphold your standards and not like look like I'm a third. I don't know. Reminded of me attempting to write in French with like a second grade vocab. You ever done that in like a foreign language class where you're writing the very, very simple, the dog walked down the street sentences?
Right.
Yeah.
I once had to translate an English song into Spanish, and of course I chose a Beatles song. I don't remember which one it was. It was so hard. It was so hard. And then when I turned it in, the Spanish teacher was like, "This doesn't even make sense."
I mean, songs don't always make sense.
That's valid.
Right?
Yeah, that's true. Mickey Mouse is drawn on a cow.
Now I have, Hey Jude stuck in my head. So that's
Right.
Is it the Judy, 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 Judy part? Because that's the part that gets stuck in mine. I don't know why.
I just always get the intro.
Oh, yeah.
Right,
Oh.
those 2 lines.
I'm going to try to do this while we're chatting, so if you guys want to keep chatting, that would be awesome.
Okay.
Okay. I always get the "Hey Judy, Judy, Judy" part. Once I get, like, I can just sing the whole song and I'm like, I'm good. And then I get there and I'm like, all day long, Judy, Judy, Judy. But
Oh, that's delightful.
So, is it gorgeous where y'all are, or just me? Is it just me?
It's raining
It is.
here now. It's not bad still, but...
It was really muggy this morning,
Okay.
but as we have passed the rain off to Sarah, the humidity has gone down a little bit and it's cooled off some. Which is why I wanted to write outside, but
Right. I'm sorry the Wi-Fi hated you.
it just does. Maybe in our new house it'll be less persnickety.
Have y'all found a place yet?
Yes, we're actually in the process.
I knew you were packing. I wasn't sure if y'all had like finalized the space or anything.
So we are waiting for the. She's got her head. I think it's the appraisal. Is
Okay,
what we're waiting
yeah.
for. So we had the inspection, and we negotiated with the sellers about some things that needed to be taken care of.
Okay.
We got that kind of squared away, so that's in the process of being done. Now we're waiting on the appraisal. And once we get the appraisal, depending on what it is, if the appraisal is higher than our bid, then we're fine. If it's lower than our bid, then we're
Then
going to
you
have to
can't
go
get
back
the
to
loan.
the table.
Yeah, because you
Yeah.
can't get the loans as big as. Fingers crossed.
And just based on what we know about the neighborhood, and we know, like, we grew up in this neighborhood, it should be right about. So, like, it's not going to be egregiously high or egregiously low. It might be like slightly up or down depending on.
Right. Yeah. I know where I am, there is no inventory on the market right now. Like, realtors are paying people for leads, even if it's like 3-6 months out.
Yeah, we're not that bad, but we've had more than one house where we were like, you know what, we kind of like that house, let's go look at it. And then, like, the day we were supposed to go look at it, it had sold. It had been on the market for 2 days.
Yeah, things are going so fast that most people are doing as is, no inspection waived. Like,
Yeah.
and waiving the inspection, even if you don't expect to get,
Yeah,
My
no.
dad almost bought a house that during the inspection, it came out that the kitchen was actually a porch and nothing was up to code.
And
So-
that's like, yeah, that's something that we've talked
Yeah.
to the realtors and the brokers
Yeah.
about. Like,
It's-
no,
there's
we're
a
doing this the right way.
Exactly. There's a difference between saying you don't have to fix anything and not having it inspected at all.
Yeah.
So you say outdoor kitchen, like that's weird.
No,
Is
no, no,
there
no. I'm saying it on legally it was the county thought it was a porch. It had been enclosed and converted into a kitchen.
So it wasn't fire safe or anything.
So nothing was up to code.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because I was like, that's a big thing here in like
Oh, yeah,
Southern
no,
Arizona because it gets so hot.
Right.
A lot of people have like kitchens set up outside.
Yeah.
An outside kitchen is one thing.
Right.
A porch converted into a kitchen half-assed.
It's
by
a kitchen lie.
is,
Right,
is
kitchen
a
lie.
fire hazard.
So
Yeah.
and it was the only kitchen. Oh,
Yeah,
that's
that's crazy.
totally the difference. Yeah.
Yeah. So my dad, who is retirement age and retired, now lives in a split level, which is not the decision I would have made at his age. But it was pretty close to where he worked, and he's a city boy and near a bus line and things and stuff. So
Hey, whatever floats your boat, I suppose.
I grew up in a small town, and I am very happy suburban because things are within driving distance, but I'm not like I can go somewhere without sitting in 45 minutes traffic just to get out of town.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I know people who live in LA. That sounds terrible.
I have a house with a yard for less than a condo, which is, an apartment that you pay for and have
Right.
Right.
neighbors on all four sides,
Yeah.
When we recently got an offer from a realtor on our house, and I thought it was gonna, like, I seriously thought my heart was gonna stop and that was gonna be the end of my life. And he told me how much he was willing to pay for our house, because I was like, what? Are you kidding me? Like 6 months ago, our house was $100,000 less. It was valued $100,000 less than what it's valued today. And I was like,
Yeah.
You're like, I could live out of a truck.
exactly, right?
I could do that
I'm
for
like,
a minute.
my Malamutes will keep me warm, and I could just DoorDash my way across the country. Yeah, okay, right? Yeah, let's do this. We'll buy an RV.
Yeah. I have watched way too many tiny house videos for a person who never intends to go tiny. Like,
I
feel
know
that.
more about composting toilets than anyone who has never composted a toilet. Ever.
I no, I could not do composting toilets. Like, when you go up on the mountain, they have like the outhouses, and they're composting toilets, and like I gotta have a long conversation before I can even go inside one of those. I'm like, all right, we're not looking, we're not breathing, we're gonna get in and we're gonna get out, and we are not gonna die.
They have these fans that pull all the air out so your space doesn't actually smell like that. And you usually add like sawdust and wood chips, and there's a separate so that the solids and the liquids are. Anyway, I know more about composting toilets than anyone who never intends to use one ever should, from watching way too many tiny house videos.
Oh, yeah. They have an option to do that on Sims, and I'm always just like, no. Partially because it lights on fire.
Oh wow.
And pretty much anything that lights on fire, your sim will light on fire.
And die.
Yeah.
I mean,
Just
Sims are like toddlers when it comes to trying to die.
they're worse than toddlers.
Sim toddlers won't die, though.
No. They're the devil.
Not that I've tried. I mean,
They
there
just
are mods.
disappear.
Yeah, the people will take them away. if you don't take care of them.
But they don't come and get them. The toddler just disappears.
Yeah.
And a shower of sparkly lights.
Well then. And you're like, well, that one didn't work out.
Yep.
Good thing the stretch marks have healed.
Yeah, Sims don't get those either.
Well, they do. Their hips spread a little bit as they have kids. That's about it, though.
I was gonna say, stretch marks can heal because it's been 20 freaking years.
Well, if you get the right designer to upgrade your graphics, then maybe that's the problem. You need to upgrade your RAM so that
That's
you
right.
can get better graphics.
Oh man.
And star ointment.
Or use a cheat.
Yeah, cheat codes.
yeah.
There you go. I gotta figure
Yeah.
out what the code is to put the cheats in for real life. There's gotta be one.
There has to be one. I haven't figured it out either.
I will skip the stretch mark a healing code cheat for a unending wealth cheat. Okay.
That wouldn't be bad. Also, the static needs would be nice.
Yes, I would like that.
Static
What's
needs.
static needs?
It means that like you don't have to sleep, you don't have to go pee, you don't have to
You don't have
eat,
to eat.
you don't have to do any of that.
So
Kind
my
of food.
health stays exactly where it is right now.
Yep. You're
All
just
the time.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
I never have to pay for medical care again.
hmm
And you're fine all the time.
Never get a cavity.
Yeah, nothing. Nope, they're good to go. Are you cracking yourself up, Camille?
Yeah.
Love it.
This story is so funny. Okay.
This is gonna be
I'm just-
ridiculous.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering, like, that would be so weird to like never have to take a shower again. That would be so weird.
Yeah.
I might want to just because showers are.
Well, they still can.
Right.
They just don't get dirty.
And food
Right.
good.
But it's like if you're not, well, I don't know, I can't speak for everyone, but like for me, if I don't feel dirty, I'm like, oh, okay, I can wait until tomorrow. I'll just do a cat bath and everything will be fine. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Yeah, and I will definitely, when I don't need to bathe necessarily, sit in a bathtub.
Yeah,
So I want to be able to do all the things.
yeah.
Bubble baths.
Yeah. They used to, in earlier Sims games, you could, why'd my brain shut off? CJ said bubble bath, and it, like, totally broke my brain. I don't know why. Hold on.
sorry.
No, it's fine.
While you're
you
thinking about
used
that,
you used to be
Oh,
able
go
to, like, wash up in the sink, and you can't do that
Oh, yeah.
anymore, and that's
you
ridiculous.
can wash your hands.
Yeah, but you can't, like, wash up.
No.
Like, and I'm sorry, every person on this planet has had to, at some point, wash up in a sink.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Like, it happens. Let's just go with
Okay.
it.
Our the
The
house
first-
that we're in the process of purchasing has a clawfoot bathtub. And
Mm.
They're so sexy. I just worry about cleaning under them.
They are super sexy, and I think that they're so romantic, and they go great in all of my lovely writing. However, growing up with a clawfoot bathtub, the water is cold real fast,
Yeah.
real fast. So I'm like,
I also hate
Yeah.
baths, so they're a nice aesthetic, but I don't like baths.
yeah.
I'm going to tell you guys
I-
the secret to
And
baths.
I've always,
Always take a
Okay.
bath after someone else has showered. Because it heats up the porcelain or whatever the bath is made out of, and then your bath water doesn't have to warm that up too. So it doesn't decrease the temperature as fast.
right.
that makes
I
sense.
have a bath addiction, so
My
Yeah.
problem is I overheat too easily, and what I'm trying to soak is my shoulders. So how do I soak my shoulders without glugging or tensing my shoulders to keep my head out of water?
That's a good question.
This is why hot tubs work better because I'm sitting and it's less strain to keep my head out while getting the shoulder.
My middle sister does not like claw-footed bathtubs because she is very short and
Just slides
ends
down.
up. She has a hard time getting in and out of them. She's under 5 feet.
So maybe
She
a
makes
step
me
stool?
nervous.
What? What'd you say, Morgan?
I said maybe a step stool.
Yeah, it doesn't help.
Yeah, steps when wet feet make me very
Yeah.
anxious. The boyfriend's place has a step up to the bathtub shower, and I do not like. It's very deep, so like I like cling to the edge of the tub as I'm stepping down the 2 steps.
I would totally do that.
Oh my
Or-
this is horrible.
Why don't we grab one more sprint and we'll do another round for that
Yes.
sprint. And then whoever is going when we end, whether they just got it or, you know, or they're just still thinking about it, we'll have them try to wrap it, but if you don't, it's not the end of the world either. It's total fuckery. So,
Okay. I hear hot potato.
huh?
I hear it's basically like hot potato. Whoever gets stuck with it at the end.
Oh, yeah, kind of. So, I guess write as fast as you can to try to get it out of your hands first.
I'll do my best.
All right, here we go. We're going to go again. In 3, 2, 1, go. right, that was time. How did everybody do? I'm sorry Jacob's talking a lot tonight, you guys. He doesn't come hang out with us very often, so I apologize.
So you'll just have to deal because he's awesome.
Yeah.
He's ridiculous.
I'm like, you don't have to apologize. His level of ridiculous is amazing.
Yeah, he's in here he doesn't care if everyone else is having a good time. He's having a good time.
And that's all that matters.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's important.
That's what he's here for. Freddy Krueger, Godzilla, Frank is gonna kick your butt. There you go.
Has Jacob seen Godzilla versus Kong?
Yes, he wants me and my friends to watch it.
Well, I do want to watch it because I want to know if it's any good. That's what I'm gonna ask him.
I believe what
it was good.
Yeah. He thinks it's good. The only way I figured out that we might be able to do that is Twitch has like a watch party function, and like it doesn't count to your views, but I don't care about that.
Right.
So all you have to do is pay for it on Amazon, and then you can do a watch party. So far as I know, but there might be limits on how old they have to be.
Right. Okay.
Bless you.
Bless you. I'm sorry, my smoke got to you.
I don't know. Mine just keeps buffering.
Okay.
Your what is buffering? The stream?
Mm-hmm.
Is anyone else having problems with the stream?
Oh, it's just no. It's on the YouTube part of it.
That's what I meant. Like anyone on YouTube having problems? It looks fine to me, but also I'm always wary of just using my computer to assess that.
No,
Yeah.
it looks
seems
fine
like
to me.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it seems like it's working now. Nothing wants to work properly for me today.
I was gonna say your internet just seems to be having a grumpy day.
Yes, it is.
Your internet needs a hug.
It's like you have not been at your desk and talking to me enough this week, so I'm not gonna work for you right now.
Right? CJ, are you wrapping it up?
No, Camille is supposed to be.
No, I finished it.
Oh, no, you didn't post it, Camille.
What do you mean?
You didn't tell CJ it was her turn.
Oh, well, you told me. You said you're gonna have to wrap it up, and then.
Oh, you did actually?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, awesome. That works. I thought you hadn't wrapped it up, and you were okay. I thought you were trying to like get it to CJ, and I'm like, well, but CJ didn't know it was her turn. Okay. All right, who wants to read this mess?
I do.
Is that Morgan?
Yes.
Awesome. Hold on one second. Let me switch over to the right screen for that, because I've got my very special reading the stories screen.
I'm so excited about that.
All right, here we go.
All the trees in Midtown were dead. City Hall passed a law that made it illegal to buy and sell seeds. Fortunately for me, the black market in Midtown was ripe for the picking. I chose not to pay attention to the three glowering trolls standing guard at the front gate of the market. Don't look like they're suspicious, and you can usually fool the thicker species. The first shops I passed in the market were selling the typical fodder, magic powders and potions, cheap secondhand weapons, always with the promise of magical imbuement. Now the question remains how to secretly deliver poisoned fodder to its intended target with no witnesses. I quickly went to the village's directory and found there it was, her address. My hands shook as I opened my Maps app on my phone and punched in the address. Searching, address not found? I could feel bile rise in the back of my throat. To have come so close only to fail now? Wait, I looked again. Of course, I'd typoed. I tried to figure out how I could have hit the F when I clearly meant the H. It's hailing now, I thought. I hope the car doesn't get damaged. The thought was fleeting. It had been a long time since I had worried about a car. The car I currently drove looked kind of like it had been in a rollover accident, so hail wasn't much of a concern. I pulled over on the side of the road, pulled up my hood, and checked the bed of the truck. The burlap sacks of seed were being pummeled by golf ball-sized chunks of ice. The cache of Friendship Oak acorns was torn open, the hull spilling out into the wet and cold. I calculated how much money I just lost as I shoved them back in. It didn't take me long, my heart sinking as I realized it was going to take me another month to earn that money back, even if I found a great deal I could pass off as an even better deal. There wasn't much to be done about it now, though. The damage was done, and I would have to do my best to salvage things with the boss. Hello, I need a delivery made. It's going to the boss. Yes, of course, I will tip the courier. Please hurry, the pastries are getting cold. Fine, I'll eat. She ripped a bit off the pastry and choked it down. The flaky crust was hardening and crumbs covered her in a fine dusting. Happy? You'll feel better with some sugar and carbs in you, I promise. Did you already finish your coffee? She gave him a look and flipped the cup upside down, proving it was empty. And how are you feeling after that? He smirked at her knowingly. I feel great, but I think I'm starting to hear a slur in your voice. Maybe you've had too many. He turned around and poured 8 more shots. 4 for each of us? You in? He grinned at her. For the trees, she smirked, throwing back her glass. In the soft curve of her hand, the way her hair tossed over her shoulder, he felt free for the first time in a long time, like everything was finally going to be okay. Of course, he said, for the trees.
That is a hot mess.
It actually makes sense.
Sort of.
That was a journey.
If you really stretch it.
The scene hops were glorious.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
For
that
the
was
trees.
that was a good one.
Do I get points for straight face?
You did a very good job.
You did an excellent job, yes.
I'm a big fan of dramatic readings.
Oh, me too.
Oh, that was ridiculous. I hope you guys enjoyed that. We obviously did.
I'm gonna
Publish it.
I clearly need to toast for the trees more often.
Right?
Right.
Oh, man.
We could publish it on Amazon Vella. Or Kindle Vella.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Every time we do one of these, we can publish it there.
That's not a bad
Oh my
idea.
God.
Why not?
Because they're gonna think we have like a head wound. They're gonna be like calling somebody and like asking our families to come check on us and stuff.
Hello, I need a wellness check for you.
Yeah, like they don't usually sound quite that disjointed.
I mean, the sentences all made sense.
Yeah, like, and you can almost feel without knowing when it switches. Not always, but like in a lot of spots you can really feel it switching.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm like, it was obvious to know where I switched it because I've been ranting about it all week. You know? Tip your dashers, damn it. Oh, man.
So I've heard that there's some tipping apps where they don't get the tip if you don't do it in cash.
Oh, I don't know.
Let me tell you, I don't have cash. So
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
that's
same.
who they are so I can avoid them because I want my tip going to the right person.
right.
Right?
Yeah, like I don't mind tipping as long as I'm not tipping some company because I'm not
Right.
thanking them. I'm thanking the people who actually
Yeah.
did the work.
And
Right.
I knew there was some issue with, like, especially at the beginning, that tipping went to the company until it paid out what they would be paying their drivers or whatever, and then they would get any extra.
Well, I know that, so it all goes into one account, and then it all transfers into my bank account once a week. But I get a breakdown of tips versus what DoorDash. So DoorDash gave me this much. I got this many tips. But I mean, I get everything. Not right away. It's not like every time I do an order, it goes into my bank account, but I do get all my. The only thing I don't like is, I guess, Grubhub allows you to tip after the delivery, and a lot of people want to wait until after the delivery to see how much they want to give.
Yeah.
Right.
But with DoorDash, you can't add the tip. Once the delivery is done, you can't add gratuity.
Yeah, and that's annoying to me as a customer too, because like, if like we had a lady bring us groceries one day, and on the way up to the door she dropped our laundry detergent and broke it, and we were like, don't worry about it, it's not a big deal, we'll just get it next time, it's not the end of the world. And she insisted on going back.
Oh yeah,
and it's like, I want to tip you extra because you went above and beyond and did extra stuff.
Yeah.
And if you don't have that option, then the tip is really not gratuity. Like,
right.
Not in the American sense.
Right.
Like,
Paying for the gas and the time you just spent.
right, and my appreciation of you doing all that for me in the middle of a pandemic.
It's not just the tip. Okay, I'm 12, sorry. We can move on now.
Fair enough.
Well, when I worked as a waitress, if my tips and my hourly combined together didn't make minimum wage, the restaurant made sure that I was still getting minimum wage. With this, it's basically like, if you don't tip your dasher, I mean, I've been given $2.50 to run across town, and I'm just like, what? Oh man. So that's become like my theme song. Tip your dasher. Don't be a douche. Tip your dasher.
Word. For sure.
I mean, and I've had a couple deliveries where the situation, like, I didn't get tipped, but once I got to the person's house and the situation all unfolded and everything, I was like, you know what? It's cool. It's cool. You needed this. I'm glad that I was able to help you with that. But that's only happened to me twice.
Yeah.
Yeah. And oh, I was gonna say, and one time I did have to smash the brakes because some jackass ran the red light, and I sent Italian dinner into the dashboard. Yeah, and so when I pulled the bag out to deliver it, there was red sauce everywhere, and of course it was like a leave it on my door, please don't knock. And so I just texted him and I was like, hey, I am truly sorry that there's a mess in your bag. This is what happened. Please don't feel like you owe me a tip or anything like that. But let me buy you dinner. You know. Oh my God. But she didn't. I mean, she still gave me a positive review, and she was like, "Oh, I'm glad you're okay." So
yeah. When I worked at a restaurant, all the waitresses would just find out what their tables were and calculate what their tip should have been, and like pocket the money that they actually made. And they're like, sometimes it's less, but usually it's a little more, so this way I'm not paying taxes on more than.
Right. You always you never claim more than 10% of your tips.
Yeah.
And
not 10% of your tips, but 10% of your table.
Right, 10% of what you made.
Of your sales.
Of the sales, right.
Yeah.
Right.
4 tips.
Right.
I'm like, and now we're going to teach the interwebs how to rip off their employer. And
that's literally what I was told by Denny's when I started there.
Yeah.
I was a hostess, so I was just cashing them out, and they were telling me their numbers. And it was a breakfast lunch place. Their tips were usually $2 on a table, so it's not like they were rolling in it.
Yeah, I was swing shift at Denny's. It was not good.
Yeah. No. And when you're, I always got on the dinner at Cracker Barrel, which I was thankful because I came in for a friend one morning on a Sunday.
Mm-mm.
Oh, I was like, I'm done.
Yeah.
These church people that I knew
Oh, they are
were
ugly.
crazy. Oh yeah, and they don't tip. I'm not all of them, but oh yeah.
We had a quad of little old people who would come in and order 4 dishes of ice cream, like 1 scoop of ice cream each. They would run you back and forth for random shit the whole time, and they would tip you 50 cents.
Yep. And you should be grateful for it.
Because apparently inflation doesn't affect you if you're old.
Oh my
I guess.
They're on a fixed budget.
I don't even know if that was the justification. I honestly think they just were just clueless.
That's what a tip is. That's
Well,
what it
I
was
mean,
50 years ago, and that's what it'll
right.
be tomorrow.
Right. I mean, this was in 1999, so it wasn't quite as low at that point as it is now, but it was still ridiculous.
Yeah, I was gonna say I was waiting tables in 1999. If I got a 50-cent tip, I would definitely be a little bit miffed. I'd be, especially if I was running around getting ice and water and clean silverware or whatever. I'd be like, give me the other 50 cents so I can at least go buy a single cigarette, okay? Because I'm gonna need it after this shenanigans.
Right. And they were like weirdly specific about what table they'd sit at, and they'd get shitty at you if someone else was in their table, like they owned the place. It was very weird. And when I started there, they were just like, yeah, that's how it goes. And I'm like, nobody's told them that that's not their table? Because, like, we could just take that table out and see what they do.
Right?
Would they sit on the floor in that?
I don't know. I kind of wish I would have found out.
They would have dragged another table over to that spot.
I'm sure. Something.
Or stood there waiting for you to
demanding that I do,
like,
yeah.
The dagger eyes.
Yeah.
And the scoff, like, how dare you not already have it ready for me?
Right? Yeah, it was ridiculous.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't wait tables very long, but it was ridiculous.
I felt very lucky. I was actually a hostess, so I made $8 an hour, no matter if anybody was in there or not. And I did the go-to orders, and sometimes I got a tip. But yeah, you had to pay at the front, and everybody wanted separate checks all the time. It was also the spot like where the fire department would go, so occasionally they'd have a call, and one person would either settle or they'd come back later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it wasn't a bad job.
I worked at the Cracker Barrel waiting tables for about 2 years.
Okay.
And then I found out that alcohol makes better money.
Yes, it does. I'll tell you, I worked at Ruby Tuesday for 2 years, and the best tippers in the entire restaurant are the smokers at the bar.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
no, 100%.
Oh yeah.
Oh, CJ was done with that thought, whether she liked it or not.
How far did I get?
You got to bar, but you went bar.
Oh, excellent.
Right, yeah.
So your computer was like, you better be done.
No, I loved hanging out with the smokers when I worked, my first job was an amusement park for 4 summers, because the smokers would always talk to you. They were chatty people.
Always.
Because they were always trying to bum a smoke. So they'd hang out and talk to people, whereas a lot of the non-smokers are just head down, leave me alone on their break.
Yep.
Yeah. Even after I quit smoking, I still hung out with the smokers.
Yeah.
Because they'll talk to, most of them will talk to anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're freaks like that.
Even if you don't have a smoke for them to bum. Or like,
Right. I think that comes from that almost like a camaraderie.
Yeah, because, I mean, there is some, like, negativity attached to smoking. And so, like, other people, sometimes, every once in a while, somebody gets real shitty about it and acts like you've never heard of how bad it is for you.
Right.
And just, like, knowing that this person isn't going to do that is very comforting.
Right.
Oh yeah. Well, so when I got pregnant with Minnie Monster, I quit smoking, not by choice. She made me sick. Like I thought I was dying. That's how sick she made me.
oh my goodness.
And So when I quit smoking, all the nurses and CNAs that I worked with all thought that I was going to turn into like the anti-smoker and oh my god, it's so bad for you and this, that, the other thing. And I would go down. I couldn't because they had this barn because I was working in Washington, and so it's always got a drizzle or a mist or a something. So they have this smoker's barn, and I would sit right on the outside of it because the smell of the smoke would make me sick. And I would just sit and talk with them. And one nurse, she was like, even though you're like all pregnant and not smoking anymore, you didn't turn into a bitch. And I was like, cool, yeah.
Huzzah!
Yeah,
Right?
because if I didn't hang out with, I mean, all my friends were in the smoker's barn, and if I didn't go out there and hang out with them, I'd be sitting by myself,
Right.
Because it doesn't matter if you're now a non-smoker. If you didn't start there and you were a non-smoker, the non-smokers didn't want to be your friend.
No.
So weird. Cliques can form about anything.
It's very strange.
I wrote an English paper on the smoking section, like outside of our cafeteria, like that one designated smoking area. And they're like, you need to like write about like a subculture. And I was like, okay, like the smoking section, because I was like, that's
Great.
Yeah.
that's my friend group. And it's like they had to have, like, you had to ascribe them a like a symbol of the culture. And I was like, it's kind of a lighter, really, because like even the pot smokers that don't smoke cigarettes go over there and they have lighters.
Right.
So like anyone can light your cigarette for you, even though
Right.
not everyone there smokes cigarettes. Some of them smoke other things, but they all just hang out in the same place.
Right.
That was fun. They were like, this isn't making sense. I'm like, if you don't get it, you don't get it. Okay.
Yeah.
You're not going to get it.
There were like, I went to high school out in the sticks. Well, I guess in Arizona it would be out in the cactus, but.
Oh, my husband's in Arizona right now.
Oh, really? What
Yeah.
part?
He went into, I don't know, he delivered somewhere in a mine, and then he picked up a load in Phoenix. And
There's lots of mines. We got, we got mines everywhere.
it was like northern Arizona.
Oh, okay. That's
And
real
then
pretty up
he's
there.
on his way back to Kansas now. But
Right on. I was gonna
he's all
say,
over the place.
Northern Arizona is absolutely gorgeous right now. Phoenix and South is just like hot.
The devil's butt crack.
Yeah.
That's what he told
Yeah.
me. He was like, there's cactuses as big as trees out here.
Oh, you know what? Next time he says that, say, yeah, they're called saguaros.
Saguaros?
Yeah.
The big ones that are like,
Yeah.
the big ones?
Is he
Yeah.
aware that
Wow.
cacti are trees?
Really?
Like,
I wasn't aware
the
that
big ones, they're trees. Aren't they cactus trees?
I don't think so.
I think they're considered trees, aren't they?
Ask the oracle.
Yeah.
I know. I'm like, I think they're just cacti,
Well, Joni Mitchell thinks they're a tree.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're saguaros, and they only grow south of Phoenix.
Apparently, they qualify as only a plant. They are not flowers, and they are not trees, says
Right.
the oracle.
But they do
That's
have
the oracle.
flowers on them, and this year they're really blooming.
Then they must be flowering plants. I'm sure is what the distinction is.
Yeah.
Flowering plant.
Yeah.
That's
Our
really
shower
Don't
broke.
send me pictures.
Your shower broke
No.
Yep.
just now,
Yep. My
Like-
sister just came.
like leaking.
Like, no, the thing that broke the last time broke again.
Handle?
The
This?
handle.
Yeah, that's a saguaro.
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 Yeah. That one
And
looks
he
like it's
also
got
sent me
a big old
picture of,
peen.
that.
That
Is that a prickly
Eh.
pear?
I was gonna say I think that's a prickly pear, but I can't. I want to say because it's got the flat paddles.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
That
Wow.
makes good jam. The fruit of that makes good jam.
yeah,
Mhm.
and they've got really pretty flowers.
Yes.
Nice.
My grandparents
He
lived
just
in...
thinks that's the most novel thing in the world. He's like, look at that.
Okay,
Yeah.
don't feel bad.
I did not retract
because-
that message.
When my grandparents, who live in northern Minnesota, were snowbirds for like 20 years. And when they first went to Arizona, my grandmother took, I kid you not, an entire photo album. And this was like in the 1990s, full of cactus pictures.
Oh yeah.
And when my mom went down to visit for a week, she came back with like 6 rolls of cactus pictures. It's a thing.
Just
Oh
cat.
yeah.
Just cactus. That's all it is. She took. Just cactus pictures.
You want to know something really cool about that saguaro that he sent you? It's probably about 200 to 300 years old.
Yeah.
Really?
Because they don't even grow their first arm until they've reached about 100 to 150 years.
Whoa.
Wow.
Yeah.
Goodness gracious. And they're illegal to like take samples of, right?
Oh
Like,
yeah, yeah.
like, you can't
And
transport
people,
them.
right?
My
people,
mother-in-law was like, "Bring me a sample so I can plant it."
No,
Like,
people
I
are
can't do that.
no, and people are crazy about saguaros. Like they'll turn you in faster for damaging a saguaro than they will if you steal your neighbor's car. Like, yeah, because they're endangered.
'Cause they're old.
They're a
They're all like-
protected species.
They're all like, I don't know nothing about that murder, but that bitch across the street fucked with a saguaro.
Saguaro.
Well,
How do you-
remember I was out there
Saguaro.
hiking around with Mr. Man, and I found that saguaro that someone had cut up. I started taking like crime scene photos and sending it to my friends. I'm like, I can't believe somebody killed a saguaro.
You have a good heart, Dana.
It was like a crime scene. It was all wrapped up in a tarp, and I was like, oh my gosh. If it was a body, I'd have been like, shit happens. But no, it's a saguaro.
Here's the thing. Bodies are a dime a dozen. Saguaros are endangered, and they live longer than us. So
Oh
protect
yeah.
them.
Legit. Legit.
There's like 7 billion of us. We're gonna be fine.
Oh yeah. Yep. There's like an entire national forest dedicated to the saguaro. It's called the
Awesome.
Saguaro National Forest.
Bless you.
I don't know how they came up with that name. It's,
Unique and
Yeah.
totally creative.
Yeah.
must have hired some sort of ad agency or something.
It
I don't
sounds
know.
like I would have named it.
Bless you.
Thank you.
I know you've got some serious sneezes going on over there.
Is your
Last
allergies
sneeze
nuts?
was me.
Hmm?
I said last sneeze was me.
Oh,
Oh, that's you.
oh, everybody's sneezing apparently.
I know.
Tis the season.
Yeah.
Well, I know
my God.
that. Oh, okay. I thought you said I'll be right back. I know that
That's what I thought, too.
the flowers on the top produce like seeds, and I believe, if I remember correctly, the natives of this area used to pick that fruit off of there, and then they would like boil these seeds down because there's lots of protein in them.
Oh.
So yeah, I can't remember what that's called, and it's been a long time since I was told the story, but like I said, if I'm remembering correctly,
That's neat.
That's pretty cool.
cactuses are actually really cool. They're very painful. Some of them are more forgiving than others. Prickly pear, they're like, oh yeah, I'll forgive you, and then 6 months later, you've got a little like pearl under your skin where their little baby thorn decided to hang out.
A friend of mine made like a succulent garden thing, and I knocked one of them off, and I caught it, and my finger looked like a pin cushion for about 3 weeks until the tip came out. It was my finger was tufted.
Yeah. One of my favorite things to do is occasionally we will get pictures that circulate about snowbirds and tourists and stuff
Right.
falling into, that's called a teddy bear choya.
Oh no.
And I don't know why, but the hooks, this cactus has hooks on its thorns, and I don't know why people get so close to it. It's like you just look at it and everything about it screams
Don't touch.
bad. Yeah.
Right. I don't want you to touch me.
Yeah, nope. People are over there like looking at it. They want to get as close as they can and take pictures. Well, sometimes birds will make nests in there and stuff, and I can't tell you how many times you hear about tourists falling into them. Like they decide they want to go like mountain biking out in the desert, and they fall and land in a choya, and it's like, oh, come to the desert where everything is designed to kill you.
At least nobody's trying to lick them.
I mean, honestly, that wouldn't surprise me. People are
Right?
nuts.
Oh my goodness. People are special, you know? Some people are really, really more special than others.
That's valid.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
mean, I was gonna say last thing, and then I will be quiet.
You're fine.
And we can do our thing. There are people who seriously still believe that you can tap into a barrel cactus and drink water from it. And to them, I say, good luck and find an emergency room.
Are they toxic?
Oh yeah, they're so acidic that like when first of all you have to chew on it to get any kind of moisture out of it, and then it's so acidic that it becomes toxic, and basically like you basically die of dehydration because they try to get water out of these cactuses. Yeah, it's a bad idea. Very bad idea. Pull a Bear Grylls and squeeze the water out of fresh horse manure or whatever, but don't try to drink out of a cactus.
Ew. I was gonna say something about the first time I saw my first tumbleweed, but now ew.
Anytime somebody says Bear Grylls, I think about that time he peed on his own shirt and then wore it on his head. That's my whole reference for Bear Grylls. That's it.
That's fair.
It keeps you cool. Oh my gosh.
I'm fine with dying.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
God.
When I watched him, he literally picked up an elephant turd and squeezed the juice out of it and was like, this is how you survive in the African Sahara. And I was like, no, that is no.
This is how you survived.
Yeah.
I survived by staying the bleep home.
Well,
Right.
and it has recently come out that he survives by filming that and then going and sleeping in a hotel. So he doesn't do it either.
I
Did
know.
he actually drink it though?
Huh?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
on
he really
camera.
does that shit. But
Yeah.
I mean, he does to a certain degree, but then he gets to take a shower.
Oh yeah.
right, he goes back to a freaking hotel room and sleeps there on probably a king size bed that's worth more than any of our personal items. Like, probably worth even more than Dana's excessively high house estimate.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, it's ridiculous. But yeah, no, if I'm gonna have to drink the water out of some poop, I think I might just die.
Yeah.
I once got trapped on an island with only diet Nestle teas, iced teas on it, and I opted for dehydration until we got back to civilization, where there was a bathroom with a sink, and I chugged out of that. But I took one sip of that diet lemon iced tea stuff and was like, I've been out on a canoe paddling for 8 hours. I have sunburn up the wazoo. I'm at a cookout, and I am not
Are you
drinking
doing
that.
it pantsless?
Swimsuit and short.
She was saying up the wazoo. I was trapped in an island with Josh Hutcherson one time. No, I was not. I was not. That was a fucking genius on one of the fan fiction sites. I don't even know which one. But...
I saw that.
Did you
one.
see
she's
the
a
video?
genius.
Did you see the girl that made the YouTube video?
Yeah, it's Jenny
Oh,
Nicholson.
Yeah.
She's
I
amazing.
loved her.
Yeah,
I
she's
loved
very
it.
good. Yeah, absolutely
it.
ridiculous.
I knew
Trapped
exactly
in an
what
island.
you meant. I got a reference.
I just gotta keep making Jenny Nicholson references. It seems to hit home with everybody. So.
Right.
It's because of YouTube algorithms.
Uh-huh. Yeah, Tamara, every once in a while, I'll, like, tell her, like, do you watch this person? And she's like, it just showed up yesterday. Like,
I've started getting Jane Austen analysis videos on my feed. I don't know where they came from, but I keep watching them. So
Right.
now I'm getting more Jane Austen analysis videos on my feed.
I have been surprised a few times that there have been a few times that we've had conversations about channels I've never seen before, like the blue lady with the blonde hair that you guys like.
Juno Birch.
Oh, Juno Birch.
Yes.
Juno Birch.
So we just were talking
That's
about
what's
her.
happening.
Yeah, we were just talking about her one night, and magically YouTube was like, "Hey, you might want to watch this," and I was like,
One of the things people forget, though, is that YouTube is, when you're on YouTube, it's processing for closed caption. When it processes for closed caption, it also pulls that information.
"Oh,
Yeah, that's one of the things that people forget they're giving to Google, which makes me laugh when people are like, "I'm going to protect my stuff by, like, you know, I'm gonna prove to you that the algorithm is listening to me by doing a YouTube video where I talk about the thing I'm going to go looking for in a week, and then it's being advertised to me in 3 days instead." Well,
Yeah.
that's because YouTube saw you say, "I want to buy this thing." And it waited a couple days and then said, "Oh, remember when you wanted this thing?"
yeah,
Like,
yep."
Have that thing.
right. Like, I happen to know a guy who sells
Guess
the thing.
what? This cute little boutique has exactly what you're looking for, and they are closing down their store, and they have to get rid of all their stock at 50% off.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have to buy
You're
it.
going to have to. Yeah.
So many stores going out of business. It's like,
My favorite are the ones that you know are not, like, they're always on sale.
Yeah.
Like, it's on sale for 98% off. Really? Yeah, limited time.
Forever.
Really, limited. Well, it was that way last month. It's that
Yeah.
way in 6 months. So, no, it's not. You a lie.
Yeah.
you is a marketing scheme.
That's actually illegal, but, you know, you gotta catch them on the internet. That's always a thing. And, like, there's a lot more terrible things going on the internet that they need to be paying attention to.
Right?
Like, just, no.
And the forever sale.
Yeah. Ugh. All right, so we should probably wrap up. It is, we're at like 2 hours.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and do outros. I know everybody didn't even introduce themselves to begin with, to be fair, because we had all kinds of things going on. But yeah,
It
so
was craziness.
so why don't we start with Dana?
All right.
Do you think?
Hi. I'm Dana. It's nice to meet you. I write erotica under my pen name Ava Fox. I have a website, danagollinwrites.com. My link tree might be in the description
It
below.
is.
You can
I
go
do not
down
have
there.
Camille's stuff in there. She was a surprise guest, so it'll be in there afterward.
I'm not even on your friends list.
Bitch, do you know when the last time I updated that friends list is? Do you want me to
yes,
tell you
yes,
offline
yes,
about
yes,
how
yes.
bad it is? Because it's not accurate. They're just people I met one time now.
And I've been with you through like 3 new intros, like all this shit that you've created, but you have not updated me on your friends list.
I just want you to understand that you're inviting me to do things like make you yelling as my watermark. Maybe upside down.
Do it.
My watermark was
Please,
CJ
got
with
it.
her
Are you
mouth
ready?
open for like a year.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was ridiculous.
I'll do it.
Love it.
CJ, I think yours is down there, isn't it?
Click.
I don't know. I haven't looked, but I thought I'd put it in just in case.
I might not have your link tree, but I might have it. Nope. So I'll have to grab that in a little bit too, because editing it while we're on is a pain in the ass. Okay, how about we actually let Dana talk about herself and we stop
Sorry,
interrupting her?
talk about
ahead.
yourself, Dana.
Oh, well, I'm 5'9" and currently I'm Oh my gosh. And recently, so that I can afford to pay for editing and book covers, I have been door dashing, and I just want everybody to know, don't be a cunt. Tip your dasher.
Word.
I'm done.
All right, why don't we have Camille go next, just because she also didn't get to introduce herself at all.
I am Camille. I'm an alto tuber sometimes, and I also write less times than I YouTube, but I do those things, and I'm here tonight on a whim and enjoyed it. So check me out at Camille Myrick on YouTube.
I'll
That's pretty much
put
it.
links down below as soon as we wrap.
Mhm.
But I just like to point out to you that Camille was last minute because at 9 minutes after 7, I get a message that says, "Send me a link, bitch."
Send me a link, bitch.
So that's why she's not in the description, because she had to abuse me to get on the stream.
Let me in, bitch.
Oh goodness.
Pounding on the door.
Oh,
Okay, well,
all right.
my pizza's here, so
Okay.
good seeing y'all.
All right. It's Morgan's turn.
Bye.
Just mute yourself, you butthole. Alright.
So I'm
She
Morgan
just
Hazelwood.
fucked up my whole setup. Hold on.
Yeah.
That's why I was trying to get her to just mute herself.
She said something about like pizza being there or something.
Yeah, she could have muted and left her window up.
I was like, who's there? The
If it's a door dasher,
The
she better
pizza
be
boy.
even if it's the pizza boy, she better be tipping them.
tipping, right?
And I'm not even like, it doesn't have to be an enormous amount of money. I'm talking about like $1. Just anything is better than nothing. I have a big old piece of chocolate stuck to the roof of my mouth. So
All right, now they can see you, Morgan. Why don't you go for it?
Hi, I'm Morgan Hazelwood. I write fantasy, and right now I'm clearing my spam box daily to look for rejection letters because I'm trying to do the traditional publishing thing. But when I'm not doing that, I'm sharing writing tips from the pros and my own writerly musings over on my blog, my vlog, and my podcast because I'm everywhere you want to be. This week I was talking about where to find where to get your stuff published if you have short stuff, which is the Submission Grinder. Check it out. Not Grinder, it has an E. And you can sort by like how much money they pay you. It's awesome. There's also, I think, a podcast this week, Writing Tips and Writerly Musings, was about writing characters with agency, which is something agents want a lot of. So anyway, that's me. Find me everywhere as Morgan Hazelwood, except Twitter, where I'm Morgan Hazelwood.
All right. CJ.
That makes me laugh every time, and I know it annoys you, but it's totally funny. My name is CJ Blair. I'm a writer of things. My link tree is down below. I'm also a piano instructor. If you're looking for a piano instructor, I do virtual lessons as well as in person. But if you don't live in Iowa, it's going to be difficult to do the in person. Yeah. Link tree is down below with all my stuff. Have a lovely weekend.
Okay. And I'm putting her link tree in right now, and hopefully I can figure out what links Camille wants, because I don't know. I'm gonna go fuck my. If I ask her,
Send
she's
her
gonna,
a text that says,
if I ask
"Send
her,
me
she's
a
gonna
link,
punch me in the
bitch."
dick.
I know. I agree with CJ. Send me a link.
I'm
bitch.
on the shit list already.
She only mentioned her YouTube when she was doing her outro. So
There you go.
I'll ask her in a minute when she's covered in pizza. Okay. All right.
assuming that's even what she said.
I think that's what she said.
Okay.
That's what I heard. So there's 3 of us that say yes.
Yeah.
Dana.
Yeah.
I mean, you
Dana's
might
like,
just
I wasn't
want
paying
to-
any attention.
Now I want pizza.
Right?
Maybe it's Molly's.
I had pizza for dinner.
I did not.
I had pizza last night and it wasn't. So I ordered chicken, bacon, and black olives on the thin crust with the garlic buttery blend,
Mm-hmm.
and it was actually really good. And then today it just didn't look very good. So
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a me thing.
Yeah.
No judgment.
Yeah. Sometimes I don't know. Sometimes I'm just not hungry, so I'm like,
That's fair.
leftovers. Yeah.
All right. And I am Sarah Scharneber, and this is my channel, and everybody's links are down below. And we'll be back here next Friday at 7 p.m. Central, and we'll probably do the same ridiculous mess that we did tonight, only different. So,
I'm down.
yeah. So we'll see you guys all next week. So,
Oh,
bye,
I
everybody.
can't make it
Yeah.
this week.